high side. Murphy shooting, save a rebound on the view.
Hey everybody, this is Casey. You are watching the Red Rubber Duck Win All Sports Network. It is week 6 of the 2024 NFL season. Steelers versus Raiders. Let's get this out of the way. Both teams are struggling. This is a game that could turn the tide for the winner of this one. The Steelers were once 3-0 and have now dropped to 3-2 and are looking to play pissed after losing a heartbreaker to the Dallas Cowboys last Sunday night. Meanwhile, the Raiders have been on a roller coaster the first 5 weeks at 2-3. A win not only continues the trend, but may guide the Raiders to a new direction. Let's see what the game has in store for us. Let's focus on the offenses first. Both offenses are coming off of sluggish games with both Raiders quarterbacks and Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell struggling out there at Mile High last week. Minshew threw for 137 yards and a touchdown, but he did throw 2 interceptions, including a 100-yard pick six by Pat Surtain. After the second pick, he was benched for Aiden O'Connell, who didn't fare so well either, as he threw for only 94 yards and a pick. Despite the terrible quarterback play, Brock Bowers was a bright spot for the Raiders with 8 catches for 97 yards, including his first career touchdown going for 57 yards. And Jacoby Myers had 6 catches for 72 yards. However, he is questionable, but if he plays, he is going to be one to watch out for. They will still be without Devontae Adams as he is out for the 3rd game in a row with a hamstring injury. Neither team had huge rushing performances last week, with Amir Abdullah being the leading rusher for the Raiders with 42 yards, including a 40-yard run, and Najee Harris also picking up 42 yards for the Steelers. While the Steelers didn't turn the ball over until the lateral fest on the last play last Sunday night, their performance was nothing to celebrate. While Justin Fields did throw for 2 touchdowns, he threw for only 131 yards. The receiving corps suffered as a result, with George Pickens only going for 26 yards on 3 catches. However, Russell Wilson will return as a backup for Fields if need be. Najee Harris ended up being the leading receiver with 35 yards to go along with his 42 rushing yards. And unfortunately, Pickens has been on the wrong side of controversy as his temper has gotten worse. And I don't know why it always happens to the wide receiving corps, but it does. If George Pickens loses the attitude, maybe he might get the ball more. Then again, I don't know how logic works in 2024. Both defenses need to wake the hell up. The Steelers' D did have 2 interceptions from Dante Jackson and Joey Porter Jr. last week. However, they did give up 352 yards and 2 touchdowns to Dak Prescott last Sunday night. However, that doesn't mean that they were not able to get to Prescott. They had 2 sacks, with 1.5 of them belonging to TJ Watt, including a strip sack, which ended up being his 100th career sack. They will have a tall order as they try to replace Nick Herbig as he went down with a hamstring injury. The Raiders' defense really did have their controller disconnect against Bo Nix, giving up 206 yards and 2 touchdowns and not making him turn the ball over once. They will be missing Christian Wilkins as he has been placed on IR due to a foot injury, but Max Crosby will still do some damage as he leads a pass rush that had 3 sacks on Bo Nix, including 2 from Crosby. And now, let's get into some predictions. If you do not think that this will be yet another trap game for the Steelers, you have not been paying attention these last few years. The Steelers and Raiders have always provided some tasty matchups. In fact, the Raiders still lead the Steelers in the overall series 17-15. This game will feature a lot of black, silver, and gold in the stands, so do not expect crowd noise to be a factor. This will be close, but I will try to pick the Steelers to win again by a score of 21-16. If the Steelers end up losing, make sure Tree doesn't break any necks. Now, last season, I did a charity drive where I did 17 different charities in 14 different cities throughout the Steelers season because I wanted to highlight people that are doing great things everywhere. For the Las Vegas Raiders, I chose Ronald McDonald House Charities of Greater Las Vegas. RMHC provides temporary housing to those who travel to Las Vegas to receive critical medical treatment for their children. They believe that every child deserves a safe and supportive place to grow. RMHC creates and supports programs that directly improve the health, education, and well-being of children in their community. And also, I will put in a link to the American Red Cross as they continue with rescue efforts for Hurricane Helene, as well as recent events in Florida due to Hurricane Milton. The links will be posted along with a charity for each team going forward. But that's going to do it for me. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the Red Rubber Duck Win All Sports Network. Please feel free to share this with your friends and get the whole thing trending. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow night as the Steelers take on the Raiders. And until we meet again, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. As always, let's go Steelers.